OneWheel, the Pint, a week ago, maybe. So this is gonna be a very comprehensive review of my thoughts on the Pint OneWheel. It's got a light bar on top that is an indicator. I do know when you turn it on, it will let you know if it's good to ride, or if you turn it on, it'll turn a different color telling you that you need to shut it back down, make sure it's level, and turn it back on, and it should be good after that. My first impressions with the OneWheel Pint is that it's actually super awesome. It took a while to get used to it. I didn't read any of the directions or how to ride it or what it does. I kind of just hopped on it and started riding it. So that's pretty impressive. I know how to snowboard and I've been on other board sports my whole life, so that probably helps. But it's definitely like easy, but not super easy. It's taking a little while to figure out exactly how all of it functions and what it's doing. The biggest thing that I noticed was the pushback, which is when you're going, and if you hit top speed, it literally just starts pulling itself back, which is the OneWheel telling you that you've hit max speed and you need to slow down to not overdo it on the motors or the battery or whatever is going on there. And so, not knowing that, it was horribly uncomfortable. I don't think there's any other way to do it that's better. And now that I know what it is and I've experienced it a few times, it's not that big of a deal, and you just kind of lean back and slow down. In terms of commuting on the OneWheel, it's friggin' awesome. In a place like Venice, where the sidewalks and some of the roads are not exactly smooth, I just don't see how something like a boosted board would make sense. I feel like I would be eating it at least once a month, just hitting some random crazy stuff. The OneWheel has like a sick light bar on the front, so it lights up where I'm going. Plus, you can hit a pretty big bump and it's not gonna do anything, where an electric skateboard in the dark, plus the electric skateboards go so fast, I feel like that would just be disastrous. And being hands-free. Well, holding a camera right now, so not totally hands-free. But not having to have a remote to like say where I want to go is also, I feel, a huge bonus in something that's a daily commuter. Yeah, I don't know, it's fun. It definitely feels like snowboarding, but it also feels like its own thing. Being able to carve back and forth. I think on the Pint, and I haven't really rode the bigger ones that much, I've been on them maybe 2 other times. I feel like this one's definitely a little more, I don't know how else to describe it, other than it is a little more squirrely. But once you get control of it, it actually enables you to have more ability to flow, kind of more like you're riding a snowboard in powder. And maybe that's to do with the curved tire, and I think that it's smaller, kind of just gives you more mobility to just kind of pivot back and forth. But yeah, after about a week of riding it, I feel pretty comfortable. Obviously, I'm riding around with my camera in my hand, and I don't feel like I'm gonna drop it or fall over or anything like that. It's taking a while to get used to the stopping part of things, but I'm getting much better at that. Like that. Still not perfect. Can't see me. I'm still getting used to that. Sometimes it's pretty embarrassing when I'm like in Venice at a stop sign and I like don't totally stop. I'm sure it does not make all the drivers around me feel very confident in driving around somebody on something like this with no helmet. I do not recommend riding without a helmet. I don't know why I still don't have a helmet. there we have it. I'm gonna slap on a long lens here and just get some shots of Venice now. Maybe some slow-mo, maybe.
Alright, the breakdown for all the information on the OneWheel, we could start with the price. The OneWheel Pint is $950. That's if you get nothing except just the OneWheel. I opted in to get the package that includes basically everything, which I guess I didn't need because it's all just been sitting in a corner and I haven't even touched any of it. I'm gonna read just from their website some of the information about it. It says it's small, light, and nimble. I mean, I wouldn't say it's super light and small, but maybe in comparison to the other OneWheels, at this size, it feels just small enough and just light enough because it's still kind of heavy that it works. Range. Everyone wants to know how far does it go. I don't know, I didn't test it. The website says 6 to 8 miles. I have yet to have any problem with how far it goes. I don't even really think about it, but I'm in Venice and everything is really, really close. I'm only going a couple miles to get from somewhere and back. And when I get home, I just plug it into the fast charger, so I'm not too concerned about the distance. Seems to be great. Top speed, 16 miles an hour. This is the only thing that makes me think that I might actually want one of the bigger OneWheels, because I'm constantly hitting the top speed and it does the pushback, which is that thing I was talking about earlier, which is when you're going and you hit top speed, it just starts lifting up and pulling you back. Always hitting that like 16 mile an hour and it's pushing me back and having me slow down. When I'm in like a bike lane and I'm trying to get through an intersection or something like that and it does the pushback thing, it's just doesn't feel awesome. It's not the best. I do wish it could go a little bit faster. I understand it's a small one and it's not really meant for that. And the more I'm riding it, the more used to what it feels like. But I find myself all the time just kind of getting lost in the ride and listening to music or whatever and getting that pushback and realizing that, oh, I've hit top speed. It's probably a good thing that I can only go 16 miles an hour, because if you could go faster than that, if you crash, it could be pretty bad. So this is probably an awesome daily commute. It's probably safer that it has a 16 mile per hour cap limit. This kind of has built-in safety if you think about it that way. The Pint has what's called Simplestop, which allows you to kind of roll in, stop, and then the light bar will tell you, because it changes color, that it's disengaged. So you can literally just roll to a stop and click down. Which sounds super easy, but it's taken me a while. And I'm still like I literally today went to stop and hit it and it just like and started backing up. Sometimes it works awesome, other times, I don't know. I'm still getting used to it. You can pick a few different colors. I just picked all black everything. Oh, okay, here's the actual list of everything. 6 to 8 mile range, 16 miles per hour, 120-minute recharge time. That's with the charger that comes with it. I bought the Pint ultracharger, which charges it from nothing to full in 50 minutes, so less than an hour. My thinking was I wanted to be able to plug it in, charge it all the way to full, and head back home. And so I thought 50 minutes, or if I had to plug it in for 30 minutes or something like that, that would give me enough charge to get back to wherever I needed to go. Digital shaping, I don't know what that is. Still new here, guys. Here we go. It weighs 23 pounds.
The Pint OneWheel, it's a lot of fun, super practical to get around in a town like Venice, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's sweet. That's it.